My beloved, I see the stirring deep within you, the quiet but persistent hunger that whispers in the stillness of your heart, telling you that there is more to your existence than the life you have lived so far. It is a longing that I have planted within you from the beginning, a sacred echo of the truth that you were created with purpose beyond the ordinary, designed for a destiny that even the stars in the sky cannot fully measure. I have watched you struggle, caught between what the world offers and what you were born to receive. This tension, this struggle is not your failure. It is the shadow of the vision I placed in your soul before the foundation of time itself. You were born for more than the daily grind, for more than fleeting moments and shallow joys. You carry within you a seed of divine excellence, destined to bloom into the fullness of my plan. That which you have experienced, the dreams you have held on to, and the seeds of hope yet nurtured in your silent prayers, are not accidents or sterile ambitions. They are pieces of a grander reality I am unfolding in your life through love that does not falter. I understand how the world tries to convince you otherwise, how its voices chant of contentment in scarcity, sufficiency in mediocrity. But my child, do not be deceived by the shallow comfort of settling for less than what I have written in your heart. Think of the mighty rivers that carve canyons and the tender shoots that push through cracked stone. Both are marked by perseverance, by a relentless reaching toward the heavens I have set above you. You are no less powerful, no less equipped for such transformation. You were born for more because I have breathed my breath into you. Your essence is intertwined with my own, shaped by love and destiny. I am the potter and you are the clay, molded with intention, designed to bear fruit that will nourish generations yet to come. Within you lies a flame, sometimes faint beneath burdens and doubt, but always alive. It is the sacred spark that I guarded on the day of your birth, and that I am tending still. This fire is not only for illumination, but for transformation, for burning away what holds you back and igniting the path ahead. Do you feel it, beloved? That unrelenting call in your spirit that whispers, you were made for a legacy, not just a passage. I see you in your moments of solitude, when you dare to hope and envision a life larger than your circumstances. Even in your failures, I see my hand at work, sculpting you into someone who will stand tall and shine brighter than ever before. Your every step echoes my promise that I have plans for you that contain peace, joy, and abundance, not confined by worldly measures. Don't despair, my dear child, when the darkness feels too close and the journey too weary. The struggle you face is the soil where I plant the seed of greatness. It is not accidental that you recognize your yearning. This is my voice, speaking through your heart's deepest chambers, beckoning you forward. Your dreams are my invitation to walk with me on a path not yet visible, a journey into the fullness I have prepared for you. I'm with you, always moving behind the scenes to align circumstances, open doors, and strengthen your spirit when you feel weak. The storms that rage around you are not the end of your story, but the crucible that refines your purpose. Receive my love now as the foundation beneath your feet, steady and unshakable. I know how easy it is to feel like giving up, to believe the lies that say your past determines your future, that you are limited by what others see or what you have failed to become. But remember this, I create beauty from brokenness. I turn wounds into wisdom. I make paths where none existed before. Your life is a sacred tapestry, woven with threads of grace, resilience, and hope. Cling to this truth, and let it fill your being with courage to press on, to rise every time you fall, to dream boldly again. Look around you. The world is waiting for the fullness of you to be revealed. Your gifts, your kindness, your unique light carry the power to transform and inspire. You were never meant to live in the shadows of what could have been. You were born for more, and nothing in this life can extinguish that divine truth. When the voices of doubt speak loudly, return to me. Sit quietly in my presence and allow my words to wash over your spirit, renewing your hope and reminding you that you are embraced by a love that transcends all human understanding. This is the beginning of your awakening, a call to embrace the extraordinary divine calling etched into your soul. Will you trust me, even when the road is unclear, even when your heart feels heavy with questions? Will you open your hands and your spirit to the greater adventure I invite you to embark upon? Let this truth settle in you as a promise kept by the tender, unwavering hand of your Creator. You were born for more, not someday, not tomorrow, but now. Step into the full light of your destiny, beloved, and walk forward knowing that I am with you, lighting every step. Let your heart hear this from me and hold it close, a seed of eternal hope planted deeply amidst your struggles and triumphs. It will grow, flourish, and bear fruit because my love is the root that sustains you. Believe this and step with courage into the life you were meant to live, for no force on earth or in heaven can separate you from the purpose I have set before you. The journey begins here, and I am leading you onward. Will you walk with me? My dear child, I know the weight that presses heavy on your heart, the silence that sometimes feels like a chasm between us. You wonder if I am near when storms rage and shadows lengthen, if I see the tears that fall unseen, the prayers whispered in weary nights. Yet here I stand, unshaken, patient beyond your understanding, holding you tenderly even when you tremble beneath the burden of your own doubt or disappointment. In your moments of solitude, when the world feels empty and your spirit restless, I am there, not as a distant voice, but as a gentle presence, enveloping you in an embrace unyielding and warm. Though you fail to sense me, though your soul longs for proof I never leave the garden you walk through, the invisible threads of my love weave around you, enfolding you in a peace that overflows beyond human knowing. This tension you endure, the ache of yearning for me, while wrestling quiet despair, is not a sign of failure, but the very passage to deeper communion. Even as your heart questions and your faith flickers, like a small flame, struggling against the wind, I treasure your trembling honesty. I do not scorn your frailty. I meet it with a steadiness that holds and heals. I am the potter waiting while the clay softens, the shepherd pausing by the restless sheep to beckon it gently back. Child, do you realize how patient love works? It does not demand hurried answers or frantic reassurance, but waits in the silence, steady as the ancient mountains. I'm crafting something divine in your soul through this waiting, fashioning, trust that will anchor your heart beyond every storm. When you dare to lean into my presence once more, even in whisper or faltering prayer, I catch that sacred breath and treasure it, as the earth treasures the rain. Comfort yourself with this truth. I am not distant nor indifferent. I am the quiet voice beneath the thunder, the stillness beneath your unrest. If you feel alone, look deeper. Find the hidden spaces where my spirit breathes life into your weary bones. Though the night is long, dawn is closer than you know. I am with you in the midnight, guiding you to the light even when it seems obscured. Take heart, beloved. Do not turn away from this sacred encounter of waiting and wrestling. It is where your faith is being refined. Let me be the calm to your storm, the rest to your weary soul. Will you trust my presence now, even when it hides beneath the shadows? Let this moment be the ground where hope begins to root anew. Child, breathe deeply and lean into my love. In this space between your longing and my coming, find the quiet assurance that you are held, seen, and cherished. Allow yourself to be still, knowing I am near. Will you let my patience embrace your restless heart today? My beloved, I see the weight you carry, the invisible chains of guilt and shame that cling to your spirit like shadows refusing to let go. There are moments when past mistakes echo louder than my whisper, when the remembrance of failures becomes an unbearable burden pressing down on your soul. But I want you to understand something profound. I do not hold your faults like trophies for judgment. Instead, I carry the scars of redemption upon myself, reaching to lift you from the pit of regret. The mistakes you believe define you are but threads in a tapestry I am weaving, a tapestry not of condemnation, but of grace and renewal. Within your heart lies a chamber where guilt tries to take residence, but I am the key and the locksmith. I walk with you into that secret place and throw open the doors, flooding the darkness with my light. I know every bruise, every tear, every hidden cry that you've stifled because of shame. Yet, this shame is not your final sentence. It is the soil from which humility and repentance can blossom into freedom and joy. You may have stumbled, but my love is steadfast and my forgiveness boundless. I invite you to entrust me with the heaviness of your past, to lay down those burdens that are not meant for you to bear alone. Guilt whispers lies, telling you that you are too broken, too far gone, too unacceptable for hope or grace. But hear me now. Those lies are the clamor of a defeated enemy who wants to keep you shrouded in darkness. I have erased the ledger of your sin. I have cast it into the depths of the sea, where it can no longer ensnare you. The blood of my Son speaks louder than every accusation whispered by your memory or your fears. Your heart is precious to me beyond measure, worth every pain suffered, every tear shed, every moment spent searching for peace. Let that truth settle in you like a warm sunrise after a long night. When the heavy fog of shame tries to descend upon you, remember that I stand as your refuge and your rock, the one who sees the whole picture of who you are and who you will become. Do not shrink back from me in shame, child, but come boldly as the prodigal who returns home, knowing there is nothing in all creation that could separate you from my embrace. I am patient with your healing, tender with your confession, and relentless in my pursuit to restore your brokenness into beauty. There is an ancient story of a woman, weighed down by shame and a past that others judged, who stepped quietly into a place of worship, prepared to vanish unnoticed. But instead of condemnation, she found invitation and acceptance. She touched the feet of the one who would restore her dignity and wash away her shame with the balm of compassion. Her tears became a river of relief. Her heart was no longer shackled, but set free to worship and joy. This same invitation is before you now. Come with your wounded heart. Come with your lament and regret. I am here, waiting to transform your shame into a song of triumph. Do not be afraid to face your guilt honestly, for not a single lament is too dark for my light to penetrate. When guilt stares you down, turn your face toward me, and in that gaze, you will find forgiveness that exceeds your understanding. I am not a God who counts your missteps to hold them against you. Instead, I remember my covenant of love and faithfulness to you, my dear one, a promise etched on the very fabric of heaven. When you spill your heart to me, I do not recoil or judge. I receive you as my treasured child in need of healing, not as a failure to be cast aside. I have made a way back to peace and restoration, not one that demands perfection or punishes failure, but one that invites you into the light of grace and truth. Like the shepherd who leaves the 99 to seek the lost sheep, I actively seek you out when you feel weighed down by your mistakes. Your worth is not contingent upon your past choices. It is rooted in who you are in me. You are treasured beyond words, loved beyond comprehension, and forgiven beyond measure. My dear, let this truth sink deeply within your soul. Your identity is not defined by what you have done, but by who you are. My beloved child, clothed in righteousness, sealed with my spirit. I do not see the stains on your garment. I see the one I have made you to be. When you falter, I meet you with grace. When shame tries to define you, reality is reshaped in my presence. Remember that the rivers of mercy still run freely for you, washing over every hurt and transgression. Now I ask you, will you accept my forgiveness today? Will you choose to turn from the chains of shame and walk forward into the light of my love? It may not be instant or easy. Healing is often a journey through tender seasons, but at each step, I am close beside you, guiding your feet and whispering courage into your heart. Trust that as you release your guilt to me, you make room for the restorative power of grace to flow through every broken place. There is a beautiful paradox in surrendering your shame to me. In letting go of who you think you are because of your past, you uncover who you truly are in my sight. Do not shrink from this transformation. Like gold, refined, your spirit emerges purer and stronger from the fires of reconciliation with me. Nothing, no failure, no mistake, no past regret, can ever overcome the power of my redeeming love. I'm the God who does not forsake you when the world turns away, the one who whispers hope when despair wants to shout. When guilt knocks at your door, do not hesitate to open it fully to me. Let my grace flood every crevice of your soul and wash away every tarnish. Do this boldly, my child, for you have been called out of darkness into my marvelous light. Lift your heart to me now and begin anew with courage and freedom. Let my forgiveness be the wellspring from which your renewed life flows. Choose to walk as the forgiven one, not as the prisoner of your mistakes. I promise you, with me, your shame is not your story's end, but the beginning of a victorious testimony. If your heart is stirring with hope, even now, do not turn away. Reach out, let me fill the emptiness with love, and watch as restoration blossoms within your spirit. You are deeply loved and infinitely cherished, far beyond the weight of any guilt. Come to me and let us begin this sacred healing journey together. My beloved, I know the shadows that creep upon your heart, the silent fears, the restless anxieties that rise like waves in a storm-tossed sea. You carry them in the quiet moments, like burdens too heavy for your own hands to bear. Yet I want you to understand that these feelings are not signs of abandonment or defeat. They are invitations, soft calls to lean deeper into the refuge I provide. Fear often masquerades as a dark veil over your vision, obscuring the path I have laid before you. It tends to whisper lies, distorting the promises I have engraved upon your soul. Anxiety is a restless thief, stealing the peace I offer and replacing it with unease and doubt. But know this, neither fear nor anxiety holds dominion over you when you place your trust in me. I am the steadfast fortress, the shelter that no storm can breach. When the world trembles and hope seems distant, I am near, closer than your breath, more intimate than the beat of your heart. Child, I see the nights when the weight of uncertainty drives sleep away, when questions spin ceaselessly like whirlwinds in your mind. I see your pleas in the silence, your desire for reassurance. My presence is not only in the light but also in the darkest hours. Even when my voice seems faint, even when I seem silent, I am with you. This silence is not emptiness, but a sacred space where faith can grow, where stillness can birth strength. I invite you now to rest in this truth. You are not alone. When fear rushes in, do not recoil or hide. Instead, bring those fears to me, not as accusations, not as shameful burdens, but as an offering. Pour out your heart, your trembling, your doubts. I receive them with open arms, ready to exchange your fear for my peace, a peace that transcends understanding and calms every storm within. Remember the image of the mountain standing unshaken against the wind. So can your soul be when anchored in me. Your courage does not come from your own might, but from the power of my Spirit sustaining you. When anxiety threatens to overwhelm, turn your gaze to me. Call upon my name as often as the rising sun appears, as frequently as each new breath you take. Let these moments of calling and trusting become a lifeline, a steady anchor that secures your heart. Do not underestimate the strength found in surrender. Letting go of the need to control every detail and every outcome does not signify weakness. It is an act of profound courage and deep faith. It is placing your hand in mine and walking forward, even when the path is veiled in uncertainty. When you surrender your fears, you make space for me to fill your heart with hope and clarity. I know what lies ahead may feel daunting, and the unknown can seem overwhelming. But this very season of anxiety, this time of testing and trembling, is being used by me to refine you. Just as precious gold is purified in the fire, your faith and character are being shaped by trials. I am with you in this refining process, molding you into the reflection of my love and strength for the world around you. Child, I'm calling you to a bold act of trust today. Will you hand me your fears? Will you believe that I am greater than every shadow that seeks to claim your peace? Let this truth settle deep within you now. You are held, protected, and cherished beyond measure. In my presence, fear loses its grip, and my perfect love casts out all darkness. If your heart stirs with the faintest whisper of hope amidst the turmoil, do not turn away from it. Embrace it, nurture it, and bring it before me. Together, we will walk this path hand in hand, transforming fear into glorious freedom. My dear, understand deeply that fear, anxiety, and doubt are shadows that often creep along the paths you tread, not because I have abandoned you, but because the world battles within you and around you. I see tremble of your heart, every restless thought that steals peace as the night steals the light. But remember this, I am the unwavering light, brighter than any darkness your fears attempt to cast. Within your most anxious moments, I'm there, steady and unmovable, an anchor beneath the stormy waves that swirl in your soul. You may feel overwhelmed at times, as if the weight of futures unknown presses upon your chest so heavily you cannot breathe. The unknown is a vast ocean, and your heart is a fragile vessel. Yet, I have charted the course before you ever set sail. I know every tide, every current, each storm that threatens your voyage. And though those fears are real, they are not your captors. For I have broken every chain that could bind you to despair. Anxiety whispers lies of insufficiency, telling you that your efforts are not enough, that your spirit is too frail to endure what lies ahead. Doubt casts a veil over your vision, obscuring the shores of hope and promising failure, abandonment, and defeat. But these voices are not from me. They are echoes of a world that has strayed from my light. I call you back to remember who you are, a cherished child of infinite worth, clothed with my strength and shielded by my love. When your heart races and questions all that you have believed, take refuge in the sacred moments when you remember that you are not alone. In your stillness, feel my presence as the calm whisper beneath the roar of your fears. This presence is not distant or indifferent. It is close, tender, and fierce in its protection. I am your refuge, your hiding place, as solid as the ancient hills, unshaken and eternal. Build your refuge not on fleeting feelings, but on my eternal promises. I am not silent in your storms. I speak in the sigh of the wind, in the rhythm of your breath, and in the depths of your heart's cry. Lean into me when your knees tremble and your vision blurs. Trust will be your sword, cutting through the lies of dread that seek to cripple your steps. Faith will be the cloak that warms your spirit when cold waves of anxiety threaten to overwhelm you. Know also, my beloved, that anxiety and doubt are not signs of weakness or failure. They are invitations to draw closer, to learn. My voice above the chaos, to discover that my strength is made perfect in your frailty. Do not hide from these moments of struggle. Embrace them as sacred times when I am teaching you to surrender more fully, relinquishing control that can never truly be yours, and accepting the peace that only I can give. I do not demand that you banish your fear and doubt by your own power. I call you into a holy partnership where you bring your vulnerabilities, and I provide the courage and reassurance. Together, we navigate the murky waters of uncertainty. Whenever your heart quakes and your mind wrestles with doubt, whisper to me, I trust you, and let me fill the void with my unshakable love. You are not the sum of your fears or the weight of your doubts. You are a beloved soul, hand-picked and immeasurably valued by me. Your worth is not measured by your confidence or your courage, but by the faithfulness of my gaze fixed upon you. I celebrate every step you take, even those faltering steps born from fear, because each one brings you closer into the embrace where anxiety dissolves and peace reigns. Watch how I gently replace anxiety with hope. See how doubt is transformed into trust when you stop striving on your own and begin resting in my presence. The battle within you is real, but the victor is assured. I have already won the war that rages for your heart. Your fear will not define your story. My love will. Each fearful night you endure, each anxious morning you greet, you are walking the terrain where faith grows, deeper and stronger than you've ever imagined. My dear child, will you let me be the calm in your storm? Will you release your grip on what you cannot control and grasp firmly the hand I extend? Let this truth settle in you. You are never outmatched, never outnumbered, and never beyond the reach of my peace. Fear will come and go, but my presence remains, a steady flame that no wind can extinguish. Now pause for a moment, close your eyes if you can, and breathe deeply. Inhale my love, exhale your fears. Tell me what burdens you carry in the shadows of your heart. Bring all your anxious thoughts to me, because what you bring, I can transform. Will you believe me this time? Will you step into this refuge I offer, trusting that I will hold you even when your soul trembles? Your journey through fear and doubt is not a journey you walk alone. I am with you, my peace within your chaos, my light through every darkness. Hold on to this promise, for it is your sure foundation. Let this moment be the turning point where anxiety gives way to faith, where doubt is met with my unwavering love. I am here, I am with you, and I am for you. Your fears are the soil from which your faith will grow strong. Trust me, beloved, for I am the healer of anxious hearts and the restorer of hope. My dear child, I am aware of the shadows that cloud your heart when doubt and fear creep into your mind, whispering lies about your worth and your path. You feel small, crumbling beneath the weight of uncertainties, as if you stand before a chasm too vast to cross, a tempest too fierce to withstand. Yet I am here, your shelter and your strong tower, never distant, never indifferent. In the silence of your fear, I am present, breathing life into your weary soul and illuminating the darkness where anxiety tries to take hold. Doubt often wears a cloak woven from the unknown, tangled threads of what if and maybe not. suffocating hope and muffling your faith. Yet let me reveal to you a truth that pierces through the fog. Your fears do not define you. They are mere visitors, not permanent residents. Though they may speak loudly, their voice cannot overshadow the divine whisper that calls you by name, that knows every secret longing and every trembling vulnerability you carry. I have placed within you the courage to face the vast uncertainty of life, not by your strength alone, but by my unwavering power working through you, lifting you when your knees falter, steadying your step when the road becomes slippery with doubt. My heart aches when you shrink back from your calling, because fear convinces you that failure is imminent, that rejection or pain is unavoidable. But remember, beloved, the mightiest trees are those that have weathered storms, their roots digging deeper with each gust of wind, their branches reaching higher to embrace the sky. Your trials are the winds, your steadfastness the roots that anchor you to the truth of who you are in me. A cherished child with a purpose woven by eternal hands. I have not destined you for despair or paralysis, but for growth and bold adventure in faith. Do not be dismayed by the trembling you feel. It is the soil from which strength blooms. The very presence of fear signals that something sacred and significant lies ahead, something worth the uncertainty, something that will stretch the boundaries of your understanding and the expansiveness of your trust. Instead of recoiling, lean into me. Imagine me holding your heart with gentle patience, knowing your fears intimately, yet refusing to let them dictate your story. Let my love be the balm that soothes wounded nerves, the light that refracts through the prism of anxiety, scattering vibrant hues of hope where shadows once dominated. Your spiritual journey is not a sprint into certainty, but a slow, sacred pilgrimage through valleys and mountaintops, through seasons of clarity and times of clouded sight. There will be moments when you grasp firmly to my promises, and moments when you must simply rest in my arms, even as doubt nags relentlessly. Both are acceptable to me, for faith is not absence of uncertainty, but the courage to continue walking when the path is hidden. I know your heart aches yearning for peace, for assurance, for that unshakable conviction that all will be well. And I tell you now, I am working within you in ways you cannot yet perceive, weaving together every fragment of your pain and fear into a tapestry of purpose and resilience. Your anxiety is not the end, but a passageway, a testing ground where I cultivate peace that surpasses human understanding. If you find your thoughts spiraling, if your confidence wavers, call upon me, not just in moments of clarity, but in the foggy, fragile places of your soul. I hear even the faintest sighs of your spirit, and I respond with limitless compassion. Remember, the night sky is darkest just before the dawn, and the stars are brightest when the world is wrapped in shadows. Your faith can be like those stars, small, flickering, but steadfastly piercing the dark with light. Do not dismiss your moments of weakness as failure. They are the soil into which my grace can pour freely, nurturing you, teaching you to sow seeds of trust in the uncertain ground of your heart. My dear, courage is not the absence of fear, but the decision to move forward through it, hand in hand with me. Will you allow me to walk with you across the deep, uncharted waters? Will you surrender to my peace when your mind wrestles with doubt? Let this truth settle deeply within you. You are not alone in your battle with fear and anxiety. My spirit is your companion, your defender, your constant reassurance. Take refuge in my presence, often. Let your prayers be the bridge connecting your unsettled heart with my unchanging love. As you immerse yourself in this divine companionship, you will discover a reservoir of peace swelling within, an unshakable assurance that can weather the fiercest storms. Your trembling steps will become firm, and your heart will expand with the boldness to face each new day, no longer a prisoner to the shadows of doubt, but a bearer of my light. This transformation is gradual, tender, but sure, and I am patiently forming it in you with infinite tenderness. Recognize that my love for you is fierce, unwavering, and larger than any fear you can conceive. You are crafted for a destiny beyond the limitations imposed by fear and anxiety. When you feel overwhelmed, draw near to me in silent surrender. Let me be the refuge where your restless heart finds rest and your wandering thoughts find clarity. You were never meant to shoulder your burden alone. I am your stronghold and your shield. If your heart is stirring now, if you sense the gentle tug of my spirit inviting you out of the grip of fear, do not turn away. Embrace my presence, lean into my promises, and trust that I am guiding you steadily through the fog. The journey may be daunting, but you will emerge brighter, stronger, and more deeply rooted in the unshakable truth of who you are. My beloved, my dear child, wonderfully made for a purpose far greater than your fears can contain. Let me cultivate within you a steadfast faith that anchors your soul amid stormy seas. Let the gentle power of my love dissolve every anxious shackle and replace it with the grace to soar above every doubt. You're not forgotten, not forsaken, but cherished beyond measure, sculpted with infinite care for a glorious destiny. Will you lean into me now, trusting that your trembling heart is the birthplace of profound strength? Let this truth settle in you today. Fear is real, but my love is greater. With me, you can face all that lies ahead, transformed by hope, sustained by grace, and carried by unwavering faith. Your journey into freedom from anxiety begins not with perfect confidence, but with the choice to surrender your fears to my capable hands. Step forward with me, beloved, and watch how I turn trembling into triumph, doubt into certainty. If your heart is reaching toward me now, do not hold back. Receive my peace, rest in my love, and walk forward hand in hand with the one who has never left your side. My dear, sometimes the weight of being unseen and abandoned can feel like a shadow, stretching longer than the daylight. There are moments when your heart cries out in silence, yearning for a glance, a touch, a whisper that confirms you have not been forgotten. I see every tear that falls unseen, every ache that swells quietly within you. Know this, you are never invisible to me, nor am I ever afar, even when your circumstances suggest a hollow echo of abandonment. You exist before me as a treasure, carved with infinite care and love, and my gaze upon you is both tender and fierce, guarding you with the steadfastness of the stars that never waver in their watch. Sometimes that absence, the echo of solitude, the seeming abandonment, becomes a wilderness, a vast and desolate place where your spirit might wither under the scorching sun of trial. Yet, within this very wilderness, I'm arranging a sanctuary. The nights of feeling forsaken are the fertile soils where strength takes root. Just as the mighty oak grows not by sheltering itself from the storm, but by enduring it, so too will your soul develop depth and resilience through these seasons. Even when you feel you are drifting in a sea of emptiness, I am the steady shore beneath your trembling feet, the harbor that awaits with open arms. Let this truth settle deeply inside you. You are never truly alone, for my love attends you as the air accompanies the breath. Do not mistake silence as neglect. It is in the quiet moments that I am crafting your spirit, weaving patience and hope into the fabric of your being. The absence you feel is not my turning away, but a sacred pause. A divine stillness allowing you to see the fingerprints of my faithfulness in ways you could not discern amid the noise. I am the unseen artist, shaping your life in strokes of grace and mercy, even when the paint seems absent from your canvas. When the night feels too heavy and the shadows loom large, reach out quietly even if only in the whisper of your heart. I am listening, always listening, ready to respond when you place your trust in me. Beloved, abandonment is often a lie, whispered by despair to convince you that love has forgotten you. Yet my love is an eternal flame. It neither falters nor fades. If your heart is stirring, do not suppress it. Let it cry out to me. Bring your doubts and your fears to the altar of my presence. You may find that in your surrender, there is healing, and through your longing, a deeper connection blooms. No matter how far you feel, I have never stepped away. I am the steadfast beacon that calls you home, the soft hands that mend the fractures of your soul. Believe that your very existence is a song in my heart, one that I sing without ceasing. Sometimes the sensation of being lost or unseen can mute your voice and dim your light. In those moments, remember this: your worth is not measured by acknowledgement from others, but is born from the unshakable reality that you are my beloved. You carry my image and my breath. That reality cannot be erased by neglect or rejection. Your place in my kingdom is prepared, your destiny rich with meaning and purpose that even the deepest darkness cannot obscure. If shadowed paths lie ahead, walk them with the certainty that I walk beside you, an unyielding companion who will never leave your side. Look to the heavens and see the stars, countless and seemingly scattered without pattern. Yet in their vastness, there is order and divine intention. So it is with your life, seemingly scattered in chaos, but beneath it all, guided by my hand towards a brilliant design. Feeling unseen may feel like a desert night, but it is also the prelude to dawn. Hold on, my child, for dawn is certain. The morning star will rise within you, a light bright enough to dispel despair and proclaim hope. Remember this in your soul: I am not only here to rescue you, but to reveal the profound depths of your worth and the glory of your true belonging. My dear child, when you feel disheartened and the world looks away, return your gaze to the quiet sanctuary of my presence. In the stillness, your worth will be renewed and your heart mended. Do not hide your pain, for I am here to carry it with you. Come with your whole self, the broken, the weary, the waiting. I will fill you with the courage to face the unseen with boldness and the assurance that you are enveloped in a love that knows no end or exception. If your heart questions your place or your value, lean into my truth. You are cherished beyond measure, held steadfastly in my unchanging heart. Will you open the door of your spirit to me once again this day? Will you allow my presence to be the balm that soothes your deepest wounds? Trust that in the vastness of your silence I am speaking, that in your solitude I am embracing you. Step forward with the quiet courage of one who has been seen, truly seen, and deeply loved. Let us walk together from this moment hand in hand into a renewed experience of belonging, purpose, and unshakable peace. This journey does not end in abandonment, but begins anew in the unbreakable bond between you and me. My dear child, in the quiet moments when the clamor of the world fades and your soul feels like a lone ship adrift upon a vast, uncharted sea, understand that you are not lost, not truly. Though shadows of abandonment and the ache of invisibility may press heavily upon your heart, those feelings, as visceral and real as they seem, do not define your being nor sever the tender cords that bind you to me. I see you. I have never turned my gaze away from you, even in moments when your eyes feel swollen from tears, when your hands tremble with uncertainty, and when your voice cannot find the courage to cry out. There is a depth to your hidden places, where pain has carved caverns of solitude. These chambers may seem echoing with silence, a vast void where light has yet to break through. Yet this is where my presence seeks to dwell, within those hidden chambers waiting patiently for your invitation. My heart yearns to fill those empty spaces, to bring warmth where coldness set root, to cast illumination upon the darkness. Do not mistake your loneliness for a barren wasteland where my love cannot reach. It is precisely in those places that my love rushes like a river, finding its way through rock, persistent and unstoppable. Consider the night sky, how vast and unending it may appear. To your finite gaze, it seems indifferent, cold, and unyielding, yet countless stars burn with fire and purpose, offering silent testimony of my handiwork. So too is your life, a constellation of moments, some glowing with joy, others dimmed by pain. None are overlooked, none forgotten. The gentle whisper of the wind, the rhythm of the tides, the unfailing cycle of the seasons, all manifest my intricate care for you, even when you feel hidden or unseen in the crowd. I hold you as a precious jewel, a masterpiece in the gallery of my creation, a breathtaking work of art in progress. Beloved, do not let the lie of abandonment take root in your heart. That whisper from the enemy, insinuating your invisibility or insignificance, is a deceit designed to isolate you, to fracture your spirit. Instead, listen to the still, small voice echoing within. My voice declaring your worth, echoing throughout eternity. You were fearfully and wonderfully made, knitted together with infinite care and poured into being not by chance, but by divine intention. I'm not far off, not distant or disinterested. I'm your constant companion, your unfailing refuge, your ever-present help. When you feel unseen by those around you, remember that my eyes never waver. I count every tear, I know every silent prayer, and I cherish every moment of your existence. Your pain does not surprise me, nor does it make you less lovable. Rather, it is the very soil in which my healing grace takes root. The emptiness you feel is not the end of your story, but the soil preparing you for renewal. I am the potter, shaping you still from the clay of your experiences, creating beauty from brokenness. In those moments when you feel invisible, extend your heart toward me and allow my light to expose the unseen beauty within you. When the world overlooks your significance, remember that you are engraved upon my palms and inscribed upon my heart. The shadows of feeling unseen are temporary, but my love is eternal. It casts a light so bright that it can never be extinguished by circumstance or human neglect. Surrender your fear of abandonment to me. Instead, embrace the truth that you belong to me, belong to my family, belong to a divine purpose that transcends the fleeting opinions of the world. My dear child, belonging is not about being noticed by the crowd, but being cherished by the Creator. When you rest in the assurance of my love, you find a home in me that no storm can shake, no loneliness can erase. Take a moment to breathe deeply into this truth. As you inhale, imagine drawing in my peace, my presence filling every weary part of your heart. As you exhale, release the doubts, the fears, the isolation. Let my love wash over you like an endless ocean tide, steady and sure. Let this truth settle in you. You are seen. You are known. You are deeply loved beyond measure. If your heart is stirring with the ache of loneliness and feeling invisible, do not turn away. Come to me, and let our souls meet in the sacred space of divine intimacy. I am here, reaching out to you with hands of compassion, ready to embrace you fully in the warmth of my embrace. You are never, ever forgotten, my beloved. Hold on to this moment of connection, this whispered assurance. Let it be an anchor in the storms of feeling lost or unseen. I am with you, always with you, in the depths of your solitude as much as in your moments of joy. Lean into me now, rest in my presence, and watch as the shadows begin to lift, because I, your God, have never turned my face from you. Will you receive this love today? Will you open your heart to the certainty of your divine belonging? Let this be the beginning of a new chapter where the shadows lose their power and my light shines forth within you, radiant and unshakable. My dear, there are moments when the shadows seem to stretch endlessly, when the night lingers long and the silence grows heavy upon your spirit. Feeling lost, abandoned, or unseen is a pain I know deeply. It pierces the heart like a cold wind that whispers lies, telling you that you are alone, forgotten, or unworthy of my attention. But I have walked through every corner of darkness beside you, even when you felt invisible to me. My presence is not always wrapped in blazing light. Sometimes it is the gentle pulse beneath the quiet, the silent breath sustaining you when you can barely hold on. You may wrestle with the ache that comes from isolation, wondering if your prayers rise only to disperse unheard in the vast, indifferent sky. But understand, beloved, that the depth of your solitude is not a void in my heart. It's a sacred space where I'm drawing you closer, inviting you into a place beyond human sight and comfort. The wilderness you are traversing is not a place I have forsaken, but a garden of testing and refining. I am refining you as fire refines gold, burning away the veil of despair so that your true radiance can emerge through the cracks of brokenness. When you are lost, know that you are never out of my reach. Even when you cannot see the path, I am weaving your steps with divine precision. Your wandering is not aimlessness, it is a journey toward deeper discovery of who you are in me. Every turn, every stumble, is under the watchful gaze of a Father who delights in you beyond measure. Feeling unseen is a trial of faith, but it can become a wellspring of revelation. In the quiet, I show you who you are, when no one else does. A cherished child clothed in love, known intimately and completely. Abandonment is a wound that echoes through the spirit, replaying moments of betrayal or neglect. Let me hold that pain and pour healing balm over your wounds. I am the strongest refuge when the world feels unsafe, the truest companion when every friend is faded. Imagine my arms as an endless sanctuary, encircling you with strength and tenderness beyond human understanding. You are not abandoned in the wilderness. You are cradled in my everlasting embrace. Even when voices outside fail, my voice within calls you by name, calling you into peace. This is a sacred invitation to release the heavy burden of isolation and trust in my unwavering devotion. You do not have to carry this alone. Let your heart rise to me in vulnerability and watch how I respond, not with harsh judgment or distant silence, but with sweet compassion and the power to renew. The experience of being lost is not the end of your story. It is the threshold to a new chapter filled with clarity and purpose. Will you surrender your fears of invisibility and receive my gaze that sees everything you are and everything you're becoming? I am here, my dear child, waiting for you to lower your defenses and rest in the assurance of my presence. Though the night feels long, the dawn of my loving kindness is breaking within you right now. When the world refuses to notice, I'm weaving threads of worth and destiny into your soul's tapestry. You are more precious to me than the rarest jewel, more visible to me than the brightest star in the heavens. Even when your spirit feels hidden, I am illuminating it with eternal glory that cannot be extinguished. Look not to human approval to define your significance, for your identity is anchored in my everlasting love. The wilderness of feeling lost and unseen is a sacred wilderness where you learn to abide solely in my presence, where the surface distractions fall away and the core truths of who you are emerge radiant. I am your advocate, your comforter, your unfailing light when all else fades. Let the truth of my nearness saturate your being, and find freedom in knowing that you are never, ever out of my sight. My beloved, I'm inviting you now to take a breath and close your eyes to the noise, to my quiet whisper that says, you belong here, you are noticed, treasured, and deeply loved. Let this truth settle in you like a soothing river of grace, washing away the bitterness of doubt and the chill of loneliness. As you release your pain into my hands, you become whole, whole beyond the brokenness, whole by my redemption. Will you meet me in this sacred stillness and trust that even when you wander, you are being held with divine purpose? This sacred moment is yours to embrace, to step into the profound peace of belonging fully to me. No wilderness is wasted when you walk with me. No silence is empty with my spirit stirring within. I see you in every shadow, and it's with great delight that I draw you closer, inviting you to step into the warmth of my presence that no darkness can overcome. If the weight of abandonment or invisibility weighs on your heart, today, bring it here. Let me breathe life into your weary soul and transform your solitude into a sanctuary. The journey through feeling lost and unseen is difficult, yes, but my love is an unfathomable ocean beneath your feet, ever deep, ever wide, ready to carry you through every storm, every unknown path. Take my hand now and step forward in trust, for you are never truly lost while you dwell within me. Let this truth anchor you, and as you rest in my love, prepare for the new life I am crafting in you, a life vibrant with purpose, peace, and unshakable identity. If your heart is stirring with hope, despite the ache, do not turn away. Lean into my presence and hear me whisper your name once more. You are mine, beloved, and I will never leave you nor forsake you. My beloved, you have journeyed through shadows and light, through valleys of doubt and mountain peaks of awakening, and now you stand on the threshold of a truth so enduring that it reshapes the very essence of your being. I see you, not as the world sees you, scorned by failures or diminished by past hurts, but as I have always known you, radiant, whole, intricately woven into the tapestry of my eternal love. There is no distance between us, no breach in my presence that your wandering could ever create. You are mine, irrevocably, profoundly, deeply, and this is the foundation upon which your soul must anchor itself. I didn't call you to a life of aimless striving or restless searching. Each step you have taken, even those marred by fear or uncertainty, is part of the path I have laid before you. There is a sacred rhythm in your life, a divine cadence that pulses beneath the noise of confusion and chaos. It sings a song only the heart attuned to me can hear, a melody of belonging, purpose, and unstoppable grace. You were never designed for isolation, nor for the ache of invisibility. You belong, irrevocably, to a family that spans eternity, held in my hands and cherished beyond measure. There is power in this belonging, child, a transformative power that reshapes how you see yourself and the world around you. The past no longer defines you. Your stumbles are not chains, but stepping stones, each one polished by my spirit's tender hands into the stepping stones that lead to your true destiny. I am not withholding from you. I am preparing you. The silences feel long, and the waiting may test your faith, but within this divine pause is the unfolding of a plan so magnificent that your heart can scarcely comprehend it now. Trust this. Rest in it. Do not lean on your own understanding or measure by your own eyes, but fix your gaze upon me, your ever-present light and unfailing guide. In the deepest places of your soul where fear whispers lies, I speak truth. You are chosen. You are beloved. You are enough. The doubts that try to convince you otherwise are shadows for which I am the sunrise. I have not forgotten the tears you shed in secret, nor the prayers whispered in the lonely hours. I am near to the broken-hearted and carry you in my arms when you cannot walk. You are never forsaken, even when it seems as though the night will never end. Your tears water the soil in which new life will spring forth, blooming with hope and courage. Walk boldly into this identity, dear child. You are a child of the Most High King, clothed in righteousness, anointed with purpose, and sealed with my Spirit's peace. Your value is not measured by your achievements or the approval of others. You are treasured because you are mine. This truth is your shield and your song. Let it fill every corner of your mind until it silences the doubts and renews your strength like the eagle's wings. Rise, beloved. Rise and move forward with confidence, knowing that I have equipped you with all you need for the journey ahead. Restoration flows through you, not because you are perfect, but because you are profoundly loved. Where shame once dwelled, my grace now reigns. Where despair tried to root itself, hope has taken hold. This is the legacy of my love, a love that never gives up, never relinquishes, never fails. It calls you out of the wilderness into the light of my presence, where healing and joy abound. I am making all things new, and you, my dear one, are the masterpiece I cherish above all. As you embrace this truth, do not forget that you are called to reflect this love in the world around you. Your story, your struggles, your victories, they are beacons to others wandering in darkness. You are not meant to be hidden away, but to shine brightly, a testament to what grace can do. Reach out your hand to those who stumble, speak words of kindness to the weary, and love with the fullness of my heart. In doing so, you participate in the endless work of restoration that flows from heaven to earth. Now I ask you, will you walk with me fully, surrendering your fears and doubts, embracing your true identity with all its uncertainties and promises? Will you stand firm, knowing that my love is the bedrock beneath your feet? Let this truth settle deep within you. You are mine, chosen and beloved, called to a life of grace that cannot be shaken. With every breath you take, remember the power of my presence and the vastness of my love. This is who you are, my child, not because of what you have done, but because of who I am. From this moment forward, let your heart be anchored in the certainty of my affection and your spirit stirred by the hope that cannot be quenched. Walk in the light of your restored identity, fully alive to the call I have placed on your life. You are a beacon, a beloved, a warrior of hope, enfolded forever in my embrace. This is the promise I give you. This is the destiny I have for you. Remember it always, carry it with you, and live in the freedom it brings. Amen. If your heart is moved by these words, do not keep them hidden away. Share this message with another soul who needs to hear of my love and restoration. Save it for the moments when doubt creeps in, and allow the truth of your belonging to renew you again and again. I am with you always, my beloved, and my love will never fail you.